Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. Okay, so this is going to be probably my shortest video I've ever made. Well, maybe not ever, but a pretty short video. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, Jesus Christ coming to divide us. Okay, that's very biblical. Jesus says it himself, that this is how you're going to know we're getting closer to the end of times. And for most of you, I believe on this channel, you can see, you can go to a grocery store and you're seeing the difference between these people and those people. Now, in my last video, which I highly recommend you watch, it's the thumbnail says Jesus came to bring division, in other words, to divide us. You could go, well, wait a minute, isn't that a bad thing? No, there's two forms of division. So really simply put, the devil and or his minions, narcissists, they're dividing you, meaning the good people, the people who believe, the people who are powerful, the people who believe in God, and are loving good people. They're dividing you from each other. Therefore, it weakens you. Okay, that's what narcissists do. I mean, we're at a place in time, if you go on YouTube and you Google, or not Google, but do a search for dating and relationship coaching and stuff, most of the videos, especially on the men's side, are women are bad, and this and this and that. And then you've got races, black against white, and it's division everywhere. Well, that's how you can control people and use them and manipulate them, because their biggest fear is that we get together and we actually share our experiences, because then we're going to go, wait a minute, they did that to me too. That's what they said to me. And then we're like, oh, hey, we've been played. Sorry, I meant to say hell there. My throat kind of got caught. And so that's their biggest fears, for us to join up together, because then they lose all their power over us. So here's the difference. Jesus is saying, hey, you have to step away from these people. These are evil people. They're never going to make friends with you. And that's one of the things that I would say most good people, loving people, God-believing people, etc., is you were convinced by them, by the way. A lot of your pastors are narcissists. A lot of your ministers are narcissists. A lot of your biblical teachers in the churches are narcissists. A lot of the people sitting in the pews are narcissists. The church is the gathering place for the demons. Period. End of sentence. A lot of you were convinced to be weak, to be powerless, that you are, I just forgot. It's in the last video. Like you're powerless without, or you're nothing without Christ. Okay? God never said that. God would never say that you're nothing. Think of it like this. There's a power source. All you have to do is tap in. All you have to do, listen closely, is plug in. It's there for anyone to use. It's exactly like when you're at home and you have your appliances, whether it's a light or a blender or an oven or refrigerator, whatever, you literally just plug it into the socket. It's right there to use. All you have to do is learn how to plug into it. So the whole teachings of Jesus and God, the Bible, it's teaching you that there is a power source that you can plug into. You are immensely powerful. Well, narcissists don't want you to know that, because if you plug into that power, if you connect with yourself, which, by the way, is what my internal awareness techniques are all about. It's teaching you how to plug into yourself, to connect to your energy source inside. It's inside you. It's not out there. And that's why the whole world is designed, is to get your attention to go external. Oh, if I can just buy that car, then I can get the girl. Oh, if I can get that job, then I can get the girl, or I can do this, or I can do that. And then people are going to look at me like I'm special. But the thing is, you don't really want that. What you really want is you want to feel loved. You want to feel appreciated. You want to feel cared for. You want people to be good to you. When you learn how to plug into that source inside, not only do you get the money, but you also get the girl. You also get the friends, the good friends. So in Luke 12:51 through 53, he essentially says, do you think I have come to bring peace to the earth? Do you think that I have come to bring peace to the earth? No, I tell you, but rather division. And you're thinking, well, why? Because he's trying to separate you from anyone and everyone who's trying to disconnect you from God, to disconnect you from the power that you already have access to. That's their goal. God's goal is to help you to connect and be powerful. So he has to separate you from all these evil beings that are doing it's every little mind trick in the world to get you to feel like you're nothing, you're less than, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, and all that stuff that is so anti-Christ, it's so anti-God, it's not even funny. So the two separations are this. They're separating you from each other so you can't communicate, so you can't reconnect with your power. They want to make sure you're powerless. God's separation is to separate you from those who are trying to make you powerless, who are separating you from your family members. And I don't mean family members like mother and father, because as Jesus goes on in Luke 21 through 53, he talks about dividing mother from daughter, daughter from mother, father from son, son from father, daughter-in-law from mother-in-law, and on and on and on. He doesn't necessarily mean that family. He means the family of those who are in Christ, who come from that spirit. There's two different spirits on the planet. There's the evil demonic spirit that wants to hurt you, that wants to hold you back, that wants to make you powerless. And then there's the loving, kind, nurturing spirit of goodness, of wholeness, of completeness, of happiness, of love, of joy, of prosperity and goodness. As long as you're intertwined with the other, like it says, again, another parable in the Bible is, to separate the wheat from the tare. As long as your roots are intertwined with their roots, your life is going to be miserable. You're going to be weakened. You're going to be depleted. I mean, over the years, I've seen people turned against me. I've seen my nephews and nieces turned against me who don't even know me yet. They've heard these horrible stories. And, oh, you're a bad person. I'm like, oh, I am? Well, what did you see me do? Well, I've heard things. Oh, you've heard things. What have you heard? And the thing about it is, I realize, there's nothing I can do. You can't, how to explain this? You're not going to change them. So when I finally sure, it hurt. It hurt a lot. A lot of things have hurt when people were turned against me, but I realized, hey, I'm not going to change them. And it took me decades to figure that out. One of the things you realize is they are infected with the evil one. They are either born narcissists themselves, or they were born into a family and they turned. Period. They took on a demonic entity or whatever it is. Just evilness. You have to let them go, just like you have to let go of the narcissist. This is part of the separation. So I went through my first huge spiritual awakening when I was 28 years old. And I know I've shared this with you, but I'm going to make a point here. I started just seeing, when you wake up, it's not like, it's like you're just seeing the obvious. It's like you had a veil over your eyes or like a filter and you weren't really seeing things for the way they were. Essentially, the veils get lifted and you just see things for the way they are. It's like, if you ever have this experience, I had it for 6 months. It's like people were lying to me and I would why are you lying? I know you're lying there. Like, what are you talking about? It just became super obvious. It was the weirdest thing in the world. I'm like, well, how do I know this? It's because because I wasn't lying to myself about them lying to me. So during this period of time, I just confronted my mom. I confronted my sister, and they laughed at me. And my mother literally said to me, she goes, till the day I die, I will do everything in my power to make sure you never succeed in life. She goes, I won't quit until you are literally living in the gutter. She goes, I don't mean homeless. I don't mean on the bench in the park. I mean living in the gutter. It was the time when I had to walk away. I talked to my brothers and sisters after that, some of them, and my mother, and they all said the same. And I was crying, why? What did I do? I don't understand. I thought I was nice. I thought I was blah. She goes, oh, you were very nice. And my mother looked at me and she goes, that's why I hate you. She goes, no matter what we do to you, you return with kindness. You return with love. You're nice to us. You help us. She goes, I can't stand it. And then I went to my younger sister. I was like, you're not going to believe what Mom said to me last night. And she goes, oh, no, we had a good lunch over that. We laughed today about that. That was so funny. Blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't think you're. She goes, no. Mom told me exactly what she said to you. And she repeated everything. And then she goes, you don't understand. You're here for us. We're not there for you. You're a slave in this lifetime. When we need help, we'll call you. When you need help, don't call us. My mom, my sister, and two of my brothers, because I eventually talked to my two other brothers too, And they said, we couldn't stand you. My mother, they all said that. We couldn't stand you. I'm like, why? They're like, everything you did, you had to work hard. You had to be successful. You got straight A's. You're the captain of the football team. And I'm thinking, wait, this was a bad thing? Like doing good in school and sports and working hard and being a good person. This is what's upsetting you? They literally said, like, how could you do this to us? I'm like, do what? What did I do? Well, Michael, and they would always talk about positive things that I did. My brain couldn't process that. And another thing, they said, well, the cops never knocked on the door for you. You never been arrested. You never, and I'm like, I literally, this is why I went to my sister the next day. I must, and I literally said, I must have misunderstood Mom. And she starts laughing. No. She meant exactly what she said. We had a fun laugh over lunch today about that, blah, blah, blah. So it probably took me 10 years to finally realize these people, they are never going to love you. And as I moved on in life, I had a narcissistic girlfriend. It was after 8 years. And I'm like, no matter what I would do, she was not going to like me. She was not going to be kind. She was not going to be loving. And that's when I started realizing, there's just people on this planet that are just that way. There's nothing you can do to change them. My ex said the exact same thing. The reason why she hated me was because I was so nice, because I was so caring, I was so loving, I was always there for her. I mean, your brain just goes, wait, what? My high school girlfriend did the same thing. She was pissed off because someone walked up and said, oh, you're Mike Kollin's girlfriend. And I'm looking at her like, so why are you mad at me? She goes, I'm sick and tired of being your girlfriend. Oh, she goes, I'm me. I'm not you. I'm like, I never said you. It was just like this horrible thing. Oh, you're the captain of the football team. You're this and you're that. And I'm like, so what do you want to do? Date a guy that's a complete failure? Am I missing something here? All right, here's my point. You don't mix with those people. It's never, ever going to work for you. This is why God is doing this division. Peace on earth will never happen as long as we are mixed in with these people. Happiness, love, joy, creativity, passion, goodness, it is not going to spread around the world until we separate from these people. Period. End of sentence. I'm going to tell you right now, you will never thrive. You will never be happy. You will never succeed. You will never have anything that you want, even just peacefulness, as long as you are mixing with them. That is just reality. Take it or leave it. Have you ever dated someone or seen a movie about people dating, or maybe if some of your friends or their mother or father was saying, hey, you guys aren't compatible? That's what I'm saying. It's like fire and gasoline. It's not gonna work. Now here's the other thing. That power source, if you are not a grounded being, if you are not, how to explain this? If you are not meant to plug into that power source, it's just going to explode on you, okay? Now, I'm not necessarily talking to you guys. I'm talking about the narcissist, demonic people that are, here's what it is. People that are stuck up in their head, that power source will never work for them. Here it is, real simple in a Western scientific way. If you're a heady, if you're stuck in your logic, your think, you plug into that power source with that static electricity, that ping pong, it's going to blow you up. It is not going to work for you. So for those people who are demonic, they can't tap into it. They have to suck the energy source from you. Do you know why? Listen closely. Because they're completely powerless. They're not plugged in. It's like their electrical cord is not plugged into the electrical outlet in the wall. Therefore, they don't have any energy. See, here's the thing that you don't realize. The only power they have is the power that they get from you. Once you cut them off, they have no power source. They're powerless. They need for you to be plugged in and then them plugged into you. When you plug in and then ground your energy, they can't connect with you. This is why my teachings in the internal awareness, the emotionally grounding techniques that I teach you over and over and over is so important, because now you're connected to the source. Now they can't connect to you. And now you are fully in your power. And when you ground yourself, the energy flows through you versus sparking and having anxiety. See, if you have anxiety and stress and fear, it means you're not emotionally grounded. You're not connected. You're not rooted. When you are rooted, the energy, electricity flows through you naturally, comfortably, and empowers you. This is why I'm a dating relationship coach. It empowers you and it empowers the relationship. You can live a very powerful, in a flowing, loving kind of way, life in dating, relationships, life and business and prosperity. You can live in the flow of energy and power. That's it, guys. Click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and go to my website, MikeKollin.com, and I'll see you on the other side.